In 2024, we sensed that it was never going to end. We could still see men, some masked, others unmasked, bruised faces, bulletproof vests, fingers steadily holding onto triggers, army boots marching south, demented crowds running north, our hearts racing like horses out of the fear of the inevitable. One could barely tell which was going to be his last breath, his last run, or his last laugh. The 7-year-old war was still upon us like a plague, eating our people like locusts. Not even Noah and his ark or Epasamoto and his herd of elephants could save us from this one. Years had gone by and still, the loud bangs of grenades and the deep hollows and the loud booms of bombs still woke us up from morning sleep. With sinking voices and dying gazes, we prayed, but heaven had its ears shut on us. The Takumbangdangs naked, their saggy breasts thrusting downwards as feet limped forward, eyes dripping oceans, peace plants waving in the sky, voices wailing deep across valleys, wails of loss and despair, but also of hope and trust. A ritual that lasted days upon days upon days. In 2024, we sensed that it was never going to end. Just yesterday, before the moon went to sleep and the first kukuruku could be heard, we gathered ashes from Ebakwe, ashes enough to build a pyramid, ashes of pins and homes of infants and men set ablaze in their own sleep. This thing called slumber, once a fashion but now a luxury we can no longer afford. It's hard to sleep at night when all our fears are awake. Through our blood-stained books, we saw a fading future. Classrooms became worse than guillotines, a place known for mutilations and executions. Mind designs to memorize the alphabet now memorize war songs and anthems, funeral hymns and dirges. Tender lips whose sole task was to chant Gombele, 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 now sobbed out eulogies. Our dreams trashing the dead. We spent most of our time talking to the dead, pouring libations on their graves and wishing we didn't start this war. As the world dragged on and on, a monotonous darkness fell over us, bringing even nature to its knees. The trees bowed in surrender. Birds joined the widow's cry. The wind swept rotten bones, the earth laid barren, herbs dismissed themselves in decay, the waters flowed crimson red. Laughter was banished from the land, and all that could be heard were the frogs' croaks. In 2024, we sensed that it was never going to end. This war, we have been fighting, lifting voices, but now arms, planting ideas, but now bombs, holding placards, but now guns. We just wanted to touch the surface of freedom, to drink from the calabash of democracy, to have a piece of the national color. But what was considered a fair fight has turned into a bloodbath, and with the devil, some are taking blood paths. After 2024, we do not know anymore, but we sense that maybe from these ashes hope will arise, and the Prince of Peace will come racing to us. Maybe from these graves flowers will grow and children will experience the joy of childhood again. Maybe the trees will dance with the winds appeal, and our waters shall be transparent again, and all that was broken will be fixed. Maybe.